Hello to all of you followers of the Pioneer. How are you? I hope you're all healthy and well. As a Pioneer team, we continue to share with you the behind the scenes of events that upset the balances in the world. Today, we're analyzing a development that took place in Moscow and deeply shook international security circles. A stunning assassination at the heart of Russia's intelligence community has reverberated both domestically and globally. It's of critical importance not only for Russia's domestic politics, but also for intelligence balances around the world. A person found with a gunshot wound in the center of Moscow. But this is no ordinary individual. He's an agent of the FSB, one of Russia's most powerful and secretive intelligence organizations. Could this murder be an indication of a serious weakness in the Russian intelligence sector? Or is there a wider and more complex plan at play, a flaw in security protocols that led to this tragic outcome? Or is it part of an international conspiracy? Russia's intelligence agencies have historically been known as a symbol of power both at home and abroad for their operations. But recent events are increasingly calling this powerful image into question. The death of an agent in such a protected system raises many questions. How robust are Russia's internal security mechanisms? How did such a vulnerability occur in such tightly controlled units? And what impact will this incident have on Russia's international reputation? In analyzing these developments, we'll examine in detail the shock effect of the assassination in Moscow and its repercussions internationally. We'll assess the possible fracture in Russia's intelligence system, the loss of power, and the possible consequences of this incident. Moreover, the details that have come to light suggest that this could be just the beginning of a much bigger story. Let's take a look at the behind the scenes of this critical assassination and assess the possible consequences of the information emerging from Moscow. If you're ready, let's dive into the details. But before we get to our report, a quick reminder. The Pioneer team is definitely real. None of my teammates or me are artificial intelligence. Yes, AI is very advanced, but it's still not as good as us. By the way, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss our daily reports and explanations. We do read all the comments you leave on our videos, so please continue to share your ideas about our content. Tell us in the comments what content you'd like to see on the Pioneer channel. And now let us begin if you're ready. The Pioneer reports. A murder in Moscow continues to shock Russia's security services and the international community. Vladimir Feshchenko, a counterintelligence expert at the FSB, one of Russia's leading security agencies, was allegedly shot dead in the Defense Ministry building. This incident has further increased the uncertainties in the Kremlin's deep state structure. Feshchenko's death was confirmed by both state sources and independent Telegram accounts. However, conflicting information about the details of the incident has raised further questions. State-controlled news agencies portrayed Feshchenko as a champion kettlebell athlete while ignoring his links to the FSB. In contrast, unofficial sources said that Feshchenko was both an athlete and an internationally recognized intelligence officer. Feshchenko, who reportedly rose quickly through the ranks of the FSB after serving in the Far East, was known for his expertise in counterintelligence. He also distinguished himself in the public eye for his achievements in the sport of kettlebells, of which he was the Russian champion. His dual career made it clear that he was no ordinary civilian servant. This shocking incident has brought back into the spotlight the suspicious deaths of FSB personnel in the past. In 2016, for example, Oleh Erovinkin, who had served as a general in the KGB and FSB, was found dead in a car in Moscow. At the time, this death was interpreted as a reflection of power struggles within the Kremlin. Was Feshchenko's murder part of a similar scenario? One of the most striking details of the murder was that Feshchenko allegedly met a friend in his office on the night of the murder. This person is said to be someone he had served with in the Far East. However, this person, whose identity was not disclosed, bought a train ticket to leave Moscow shortly afterwards. This may indicate the existence of an escape plan in connection with the incident. Feshchenko's lifeless body was found in his office, shot in the forehead. Initial investigations revealed that the murder was a close-range execution. State agencies characterized the murder as a domestic dispute, claiming that Feshchenko had a personal quarrel with a soldier. This explanation, however, failed to dispel doubts about the complex motives behind the murder. Some analysts believe that the murder was the result of political wrangling within the Kremlin. It's been suggested that alleged factional warfare within the FSB could have led to such targeted killings. An alternative theory is that Feshchenko may have been the victim of an operation organized by foreign intelligence services. The increase in cyber and physical attacks on Russia's security services in recent years supports this claim. Another allegation is that Feshchenko had access to sensitive information within the FSB and was trying to leak it out. If this is true, the murder could be considered an internal cleansing operation. However, concrete evidence to support these allegations have yet to emerge. Russian state media is trying to appease the public by keeping the details of the incident to a minimum. The effort to present the murder as a personal dispute is seen as an attempt by the Kremlin to minimize political risk. However, given Feshchenko's role and reach within the FSB, the cover-up is expected to be difficult. The death of Vladimir Feshchenko is considered not only an individual murder, but also an event that reveals the depths of the Kremlin's shadow games. Such incidents in Russia's security services clearly expose the country's domestic and foreign policy weaknesses. Until the truth comes out, this murder will continue to arouse curiosity about the shadowy behind the scenes of the Russian intelligence world. What do you think? What do you think is the reason for the intelligence row in Russia? Was this an assassination? What do you think about the efforts of Russian official sources to cover up the incident? Do you think the intelligence weakness in Russia will grow even more? Could Ukraine have been involved in the assassination of Russian intelligence? Let us know in the comments. We read and care about your points of view.